What's going on, YouTube? A lot of you guys are going to be confused of what you're looking at. A lot of people know what this car is, but a lot of people don't. So yes, this is my new car. I do not own the 370Z no more. A lot of you guys are going to be disappointed, but it is what it is. I bought that car. I sold the air ride off of it. I put some wheels on it. Then I made money off of it. Yes, like I mentioned just a second ago. I made money off of it. This is what I do. I buy cars, I fix them up, then I sell them for more than what I paid for them. I sell them for what they go for. I get them cheaper, then I sell them for what they go for. So I make money off cars. For instance, the 370Z, I made $4,500 profit off of the 370Z. Yes, $4,500 profit. So anyway, that's what I do. I'll throw up photos of what the 370Z looked like before I sold it. So that's what the 370Z looked like right before I sold it. I put some nice wheels on it. They were replicas, of course. And then I sold it. But anyway, I picked this up for cheaper than what I sold the 370Z for. And if you guys know anything about muscle cars or Mustangs, you guys know what this is. This is a 2003 Ford Mustang SVT Cobra, aka the Terminator. A lot of people like these. I'm a big fan of them. But again, I got this car for cheap and I'm fixing it up and I am going to sell it for profit. Sorry, this is what I do now. This is kind of what always I've done. I just built the cars up for like 2 years before. But I'll show you guys a couple of photos of what this car looked like when I got it. The main difference is it had black wheels and it had clear headlights. But in my opinion, right now, it looks so proper compared to what it looked like when I got it. I'll throw those photos up now. As you can see, when I got it, I mean, yeah, it was clean with the black wheels, but when I fell in love with the Terminator, it was the stock form, aka stock headlights with the stock factory chrome wheels. So that's why I put this back like it is. So anyway, it's a 2003. They only made these cars in 2003 and 2004. This color being zinc yellow. There was only a zinc yellow coupe, obviously because it's not a convertible. There was only 490 of these made in the world. So yes, this car is one of the 490 ever made. So this car is pretty rare. It's a 2003, it has 125,000 miles on it. That's the only downside to this car. Yes, it is kind of high mileage for a Cobra. 125,000 miles is pretty low for a 2003, but for a Cobra, that's a lot of miles. But like I mentioned, I put the factory amber headlights back on, and I got some of the factory chrome wheels. I am missing the center caps, and I do have aftermarket black lug nuts, and I have aftermarket valve stem caps. I am going to be buying factory center caps, factory lug nuts, and factory valve stem caps. It has some BF Goodrich in the front, and in the rear it has Nitto NTOR drag radials. Now my drag radials are very, very, very bald. As you can see there, they are completely bald. So I do need new rear tires. I plan on going with the Mickey Thompsons in the rear. Because if you guys don't know, these cars are factory supercharged with an Eaton 1.8 liter. And this car is not factory. From factory they make 390 horsepower, 390 torque. And that is to the wheels, even though Ford kind of lied and these cars make over 400 to the wheels, bone stock. Now this one has a decent amount of upgrades. This car right now is making 445 wheel horsepower and 496 wheel torque. The horsepower is not up there, but the torque is almost 500 foot-pounds of torque at 3,000 RPM. It does have drilled and slotted rotors, brand new brake pads. I'll show you the interior, then I'll pop the hood. The interior is pretty clean for, again, a Ford from 2003. This has the charcoal interior, which is the only interior this color came with. There's the gauge cluster. Sorry for the glare. Now, don't mind the radio or the lack of one. When I got it, it had a aftermarket Pioneer double-din, not a touchscreen, but it had an aftermarket radio. So I just ordered the factory radio. That'll be here soon. Still has a factory shift knob. Has the factory little cigarette lighter plug. Obviously the factory gauge pedal covers. Like I said, the interior is pretty clean for a Mustang from 2003. I'll show you guys under the hood and I'll talk about all the mods that this car has. First mod, obviously, it has the MTR hood dampers. Then for the exterior, believe it or not, it's on lowering springs, even though the wheel gap is atrocious. At least like 3-finger gap. I want to lower it a lot more. But this is the engine bay. It is pretty clean for, again, a Mustang from 2003. I keep on saying that, but at the end of the day, that's kind of all it is a Mustang from 2003. So obviously the factory supercharger, it's an Eaton 1.8 liter. They powder coated it black. Then they did the SVT logo in yellow. It's kind of hard to see. The sun is glaring on everything. They powder coated the valve covers yellow. They powder coated the coil pack covers black. These all Cobra motors are hand built. These are the two people that built it. Most engines, when they build in the factory, they just only do one thing. Like, one person puts the pistons in, then it moves on to the next person. Well, when they built these motors, they had two people build the whole entire engine. So it's pretty cool. The Terminator, it has this is a 4.6 liter 4-valve iron block. It has a forged crank and factory forged internals, aka it has factory forged rods, which are manly, and factory forged pistons. These motors from the factory can hold anywhere from 800 to 1,000 wheel horsepower, bone stock. Again, this is at 445 horsepower, and it holds it flawlessly. I have the AccuFab single blade throttle body, AccuFab elbow. I have the upgraded SCT mass airflow sensor, K&N cold air intake. I have the Steeda 90mm idler pulley as the LFP cooling head mod. This is an absolute must on these Cobras. This is a cooling head mod. On this head, the back of the coolant ports go into the heater core. On this head, the back of the coolant, or the back of the head, doesn't go nowhere. So all the hot coolant gets stuck in the back cylinder, and that's what overheats the cylinder, and that's what kills these motors. This cooling mod here taps into the upper radiator hose, and it travels back over there and goes to right here, right there, and it circulates the coolant. So it has the coolant mod, which is an absolute must. It also has the driver's side head that's been recalled. It has a smaller pulley, of course. This is a 2.8 inch, as you can see right there. It's a 2.8 inch, so the smaller the pulley, the more boost it makes. From factory, these make 8 PSI. This car is on currently 13 PSI. It has a stock lower pulley. Then I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to see, because the sun is kind of glaring on everything. It does, you can barely see them there. It has BBK long tube headers, BBK off-road X-pipe, and it has boardless stingers for the exhaust system. The previous owner removed the hood insulator from factory. They have a hood insulator on the bottom of the hood. Well, those over time they like to sag, and when they sags there, it gets caught in the pulley there. So they just take them off. Oh yeah, another mod is I have, sorry for the glare, I have a upgraded LFP SVT heat exchanger, or intercooler, if you want to call it that. and it is tuned. It was tuned at KC Max in Kansas City, Missouri. Again, it made 445 wheel horsepower and 496 wheel torque. So some pretty good numbers. It makes 500 foot-pounds of torque at 3,200 RPM. But like I said, it's pretty clean. Trying to think of what else to talk about. I'm not really a big fan of yellow cars, and I really wasn't a fan when I got this, but it was on Marketplace, and for the price that it was posted for, I had to jump on it. For a Terminator under, let's say, I don't want to say the price I paid, but let's say Terminator is under $15,000, just right below that is what I paid. They're very rare to find a Terminator, you know, that cheap. So I bought it. I didn't really care about the color. Here's an ass shot. I do have a personalized license plate, of course. It says I Wine, of course, because of Supercharger wines. I did install these Cobra chrome letter inserts. Like I said, it has the Borla Stinger's exhaust. It is lower, like I mentioned. It's on H&R race springs. These cars from factory also have Bilstein shocks. I'll show you some more interior shots. Pretty clean car. Some of the unique things about the Terminator: has different vent inserts here compared to the regular 0304 GTs. These have the color matched folding mirrors. These mirrors alone, if you guys don't know, these mirrors go for around $650. It has the Terminator spoiler, the Terminator rear bumper, of course the wheels. I do have Eibach 1-inch spacers, 25mm in the rear, because from factory the front's flush and the rear is sunk. This fitment right here is factory, almost absolutely flawless. It also has obviously different side skirts on the Terminators. The side skirts are like $800. Has the badge, the front bumper, and the hood. And the hood is functional. Most Mustangs have non-functional hoods. From factory, these hoods are not functional. You have to pull off a little cover. Then that makes the hoods functional. I'll go ahead and start it up for you guys. I'll get my keys real quick. Like I said, it does have 125,000 miles. Obviously, that light there, the brake, is for the e-brake, then that's for the seatbelt. It is a 6-speed, of course. 6-speed manual. Also has another feature of the Cobra is it has the Cobra specific airbag. Sorry for the camera. There we go. I'm gonna try to cup the shade. Well, you guys listen to the exhaust. The exhaust is decent. You know, it's not super loud, but it's not quiet. I'll go ahead and do a couple of revs for you guys. As you can see, it's kind of loud, kind of quiet. I'll go ahead and pop the engine bay when it's running. it does have a little header leak on the gasket. I'm replacing that very soon. But anyway, guys, there is my 2003 Ford Mustang. Stay tuned to the channel. Next video probably won't be of this car. I'll probably be getting a G37 or a Corvette or something along those lines. Just stay tuned. Let me know in the comments below. See ya.